Falcon fans, and of course, good old Atlanta Falcon fans. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. Your boy Jack Spade in the building. T Will, former ATL Sports, one time for the fan. It's going down in a major way. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, wherever you want to find us, man. You know where to look us up at. T Will, how's everything going for you, man? I know we haven't had a conversation in a while here on the podcast, but we did talk offline like we normally do about these Falcons. I'm sure we have a lot to go over tonight as the Falcons are having a pretty interesting offseason right now. So I'll just leave it at that before we, break the ice and get straight to it. But T, how's everything going over there with former ATL Sports?
Hey man, I have no complaints, Jack. Happy to be here with you this morning, man. Super excited to talk about these Falcons. Ew. But it's super excited to talk about them anyway. I don't know what we saw Friday night. I'm kind of confused, right? I don't know if the Falcons are that bad. Were we just trying to not get injured? One thing about Sean Payton, Sean Payton has no love lost for the Falcons.
He honestly hates the Falcons.
And we have no love lost for him. So wherever you are, Sean Payton, I hope your coffee's awful this morning. But anyway, so I mean, Sean came out guns blazing. He came out running full-fledged plays that he's going to run in the season. The Falcons were in their base. This is an exhibition defense. We were down 7 guys, and really Tua only did 2 series. So I'm not making excuses. Either way, that performance has got to be better. But if we're being honest, we really only gave up 17 points.
We gave up 20. We gave up 27 points, but yeah, we only give up 17.
Well,
I know where you're going.
Again, 2 touchdowns off turnovers. One was a pick six.
Sir.
So it was bad. But I guess the question that I have for you and for every one of our members in the chat, which, by the way, hey, good morning, chat. We're glad to see you.
Big shout out to all the fans in the stands. Big shout out to
definitely shout out to all the fans in the stands. But were we that bad, or was it just 2 different agendas? Like Sean Payton coming in here to run roughshod over us and make us look bad, or are we just trying to stay healthy? Give me your thoughts, Jack. What are your thoughts after having some time to sit with this performance?
I'm glad it's not week 1.
Amen
after seeing that performance against the Denver Broncos. Then again, Falcon fans, it's preseason, so I'm sure Kevin Stefanski and the rest of the coaching staff is going to do the best they can to, get these brothers in line to get ready for the Colts game coming up this week. And I know they got joint practices coming up against the Colts too as well. They just wrapped up practice not too long ago too. But what I saw Friday was just I don't know, man. It's like a bag of you wasn't prepared. On just both sides of the ball, even if it was for Tua and, of course, some of the starters that were out there. Of course, we were missing a lot of the other starters, too, as well, Falcon fans, so don't forget about that. But just seeing the way the game started with Denver scoring early and then us coming back on offense and not being able to connect, not being able to just even show some type of fight early in the game. But then again, it is preseason, so I'm not tripping about it. I was down there too as well. Of course, most of you all saw some of the footage we had on the One Time for the Fan IG page. Shout out to everybody who tuned in for that too as well. I told y'all every time we have a game here, not only home games but away games, One Time for the Fan is where you can find some of this behind the scenes stuff. Being right there, either row 1 or being right there on the sidelines behind the team where we, have some really good seats to watch the game. But T-Will, it was just disappointing, man. 359 yards of total offense, total yards for the Denver Broncos, 192 for the Falcons, 2 turnovers. You had 11 first downs to Denver's 24. Racked up some penalty yards too as well. Didn't look good on 4th down, 4 for 15 on 3rd down. So I can just say that, they have a lot of work to get back to this week, just like every other team that played in preseason. The other day, and for the teams that's coming up this week, there's some 1-0 teams, there's some 0-1 teams, but it's still preseason, so I don't think Falcon fans should be upset about it. It looks like Tua and some of the starters won't be playing this week too as well, So I would have to say, T. Will, I think the Falcons just wanted to get off that field healthy.
Yeah.
And then not really come out there to say that we tanked the game. It's preseason, but you saw from some of the plays that they were running, they didn't want to give up much even with Tua. Like these were some basic installs for Tua that he was running out there. It's looking like, a couple curl routes, couple check downs, plays were blown up too as well. I mean, the offensive line didn't do the best job. But still, I mean, you didn't see Tua taking 30-yard shots down the field, or it wasn't nothing, no screen route or something like that. I mean, it's basically just a couple check downs and, get Tua up out of there. But he didn't look like 2023 Tua, if that's what fans were expecting. And I think that's probably why they're going to sit out this week, get some things worked on, and be prepared for that Dolphins game. Now, T-Will, that's the question. Do they play against the Dolphins the following week? Because it looks like we'll be holding them out this week.
I don't think they do.
The starters thing, Raheem didn't want to do it, and some of the other old head coaches didn't want to do it. Kevin Stefanski says we're going to play the starters. Fans get excited. Starters come out there and play, put on that type of performance, and now you just pull them for the rest of the preseason. That's what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, and again, I guess it depends on your agenda. Look, Sean Payton hates the Falcons, and there's no love lost for Sean Payton. God willing, he never gets lost in Atlanta because he might be in some trouble. So you know what? I shouldn't say that. Forgive me for saying that, but the bottom line is there's no love lost for Sean Payton either. And if he's asking for directions, some people may give him the wrong direction. So I'm just saying, Sean Payton is going to come in here and do the very most, and that's what he did. His agenda was to come in. He's probably running plays that you'll see in season. I don't think the Falcons did any of that. Everything that they did was very vanilla. I think they were trying to go through some exercises and trying to, like you say, just make sure everyone gets off the field healthy. So you did have two different agendas. And look, Broncos are expected to go, or they are expecting. I don't know if the league is expecting them, but the Broncos themselves are expecting to make some sort of run for the Super Bowl. They've got this thing humming like a machine. This is a new era for the Falcons. It's a new administration. And they're trying to figure some things out. And maybe they didn't want to put some things on film that the rest of the league could see. That's really, when you look at it, when you look at who was in there, who wasn't in there, right? Mm-hmm. Jesse Bates didn't play. Obviously, the two linebackers, Jalen Walker and, did JPJ get in at all? Or
James Pierce Jr. got in too as well.
He got in a few plays. But you had at least 7 guys that were out or played very minimal series. So I don't really think it's apples to apples because from my understanding, like Sean Payton's offense stayed in for a while. Mm-hmm. And not only did they stay in for, and look, correct me if I'm wrong, but they ran plays that will come up again. They were running plays that you're going to see in the playbook again. They just didn't care. You know what I mean? And Sean Payton's one of those guys, hey, if you can stop me, stop me. So I think that their agenda was different. And again, I'm not excusing what you saw.
Right.
If you're looking at that effort was, 3 for 5 and 22 yards. Come on, man. That's I'm not defending that.
Right.
2 turnovers. I'm not defending that. But what I am saying is that if our agenda was to get off the field healthy and their agenda was to come in and dominate, then it looks like we both did what we were trying to do. I think if that game is in September in the regular season, that's a totally different game. It better.
Right. Let's find out what Carrie's agenda is because she popped in here to talk some Falcons football.
Carrie, baby.
Carrie, what's going on?
Hey,
what's going on? How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
What's up? Not much. Just ready to talk Falcons with y'all.
Yeah, definitely. Glad to see you here, Carrie. Of course, this is another week of us getting closer to the regular season. And, of course, we're just going over the preseason up and downs that we saw against the Denver Broncos. So, okay. Carrie had a chair here. What do you think about the game for the Denver Broncos versus the Atlanta Falcons at the Mercedes-Benz?
I mean, it was pretty bad to be. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, it's pretty bad. The best part was the punt team. Special teams improved from last year, so there's that. I'll say that much. I mean, that sounds kind of bad, but when your punt team is the highlight, but Kendall Daniels also is a highlight. I'll say that. Um, but for me, that was pretty bad. I mean, you were in the building for that, Jack. I mean, that it's one thing to like lose a preseason game. And I understand it's preseason, but for
Mm-hmm.
me, like, don't get embarrassed or blown out at home at preseason. I don't know. It's still like you gotta have some kind of pride. And I don't know. It was tough. It's like we got that horrible JPJ news update. He's going to miss 8 games, half the season basically. And then we get that later that day, we get that performance. It's like, man, can we catch a little bit of a break here? I don't know. It's like a little rough, but to your point, Jake Matthews, seemed like he got a little hurt, but I'm glad it seems like he's all right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, I'm I'm feeling kind of I don't know how to feel.
Feeling kind of preseason-ish, because that's what we're in right now. I
I'm
mean, we're in
st-
the.
right. I was gonna say I'm looking forward to the joint practices with the Colts, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping things improve. What then? I want to see an improvement between what we saw on the field Friday night to the Colts practices. We have 2 joint practices with them, so looking forward to that.
Right.
Jack, I do have one question for you.
Yeah, go ahead, Tua.
Um, and Kerry, I know you saw this. Jack, did you happen to see what they were saying about the Falcons on First Take yesterday?
I think that was. I think I caught a clip of it with the guy said all he likes is just the uniforms that we have.
Yeah, well,
Something like that.
Yeah, basically they were saying that we're competing for Arch Manning and that this is going to be a terrible season, and that it's a new regime, and basically,
Well, we know it wouldn't be Archie Manning for some of us that might know. I wouldn't say Archie Manning.
Well, either way, I think that's a little premature.
Right.
And it's one game. I know it looked bad. It looked bad. I'm not, and I do have concerns, but I'm not ready to say that this Falcons team is going to win 4 or 5 games. Like, to me, I don't see that. I think this team is far too talented. I don't care if you got Jack Strand back there, quarterback, and if Penix isn't ready. I don't see us losing 12-13. Yeah, I don't see it. So
the coaching has to be on point this season, especially if that's what we just saw against the Denver Broncos, and that's what continues on against the Colts and against the Dolphins and against the Steelers. I mean, we don't want that to happen, but it starts with the quarterback. I think they're kind of counting us out because of that position right there. You look at what the Cowboys are doing down there with Jerry Jones trying to revamp that defense. Of course, they got Lamb and Pickens. You look at the Jacksonville Jags, even Buffalo. A lot of these teams that they're naming to be playoff contenders and, of course, Super Bowl contenders, like you just mentioned, the Denver Broncos is probably even a team that they're looking at, out in the AFC to possibly, upset a team like the Chiefs and make it to the, make a long run in the playoffs. But the Falcons, they count us out. Honestly, I think it's because of the quarterback, man. Like, we do have Drake London. They know his ability and what he can do in the game. Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, the best running back in the game right now. Chris Lindstrom, the best guard in the game. I mean, even Jake Matthews is, solid at what he does at his position. AJ Terrell Allen. I mean, you got some star players. Xavier Watts, what he did last season too as well. Then Jesse Bates going into the final year of his contract with us. Hopefully we keep him around long terms. But I don't know how they can, count us out, seeing that Tua only went 3 for 5 for 22 yards. He only played like that series and a half or so. And then Jack Strand, Cooper Rush. I mean, I understand our backups might not be what they expect, but they don't know if it's Penix or they don't know if it's Tua. And I think if we have a solid, quarterback going forward, it can change a lot of what these people think about the Atlanta Falcons. Right now, they don't know who the quarterback is. Hell, some fans are even calling for Jack Strand for week 1. So it's like, I want to see I mean, I want to see what Kevin Stefanski has to do. Like, I don't blame him for that game Friday, but it was disappointing. Some of the fans were booing. But it's preseason, Falcon fans. Enjoy the environment, enjoy the building, enjoy Mercedes-Benz. It was lit down there, I must say. Falcon fans showed up. It was a good time, good experience. You guys got to see Tyler Goodson, Cash Jones, Nathan Carter, Brian Robinson. They're all fighting for a spot on this team, right? You guys got to see a lot of the cornerbacks play too as well. Chris Blair once again lighting it up. Of course, with 2 receptions for 37 yards, but that catch that he made in the second half, that was a beautiful catch by Chris Blair. Seeing JPJ even get out there and play too as well, knowing that he has an 8-game suspension was good to see. But we probably won't be seeing a lot of these starters come up this week. I don't even know if Zachariah Branch is probably going to play this week.
No, I think they're playing the last game.
Okay, it's good to see that we get a chance to see Vinny Anthony. We get a chance to see the new wide receiver that gets brought in, the young guy who went to Clemson.
I think it should be Jack Strand who plays. Yesterday Stefanski said he still doesn't know who's going to play on Saturday. I'm like, hello. I think you should play Jack Strand. At least it's like you have this young guy you drafted. You want to see something he can do, because we saw what Cooper Rush could do, and that was terrible.
That did not look like that did not look like the Dallas Cowboys Cooper Rush that we remember from years ago. That was pretty bad.
That was bad. So
7 for 19, 62 yards, 2 interceptions. I think he got sacked a couple times too as well. He didn't get sacked. That was Jack Strand. Yep.
He had like a 10% passer rating. You know that?
Right.
But I will say one thing, that besides, the terrible quarterback play we saw between Tua and Jack Strand was just okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
But between Tua and Cooper Rush, besides that, I will say part of it is the right tackle position, which I have gone on the record saying that is a concern of mine. I am, we already released one of the tackles that played that game, and so I'm hoping Jawan Taylor can be healthy, because if he's not healthy for 17 games, it's gonna be very dark times for Atlanta Falcons quarterbacks, because we're gonna have the same-ish different year. Literally what happened to Michael Penix last year will happen again, because you can't have a right tackle with the blind side of these 2 lefty quarterbacks going into a season with a starter that it gets cooked, just like this preseason game, because Tua dropped back 5 times and pressured 5 times. Like, that's horrible. It was horrible. Right. So for me, it's like the right tackle I'm really nervous about, but to be more positive, Jawan Taylor is finally practicing. So let's just hope that, 1, he stays healthy, and number 2, under Bill Callahan, he can actually clean up those penalties, because as we know, he was the most penalized player with the Chiefs. So that is still a concern of mine, though, right tackle position. Anybody got Caleb McGarry's phone number?
I think he's somewhere in the fields in Nebraska right now, enjoying his retirement. Falcon fans, hit that like.
Hey, it worked with Aaron Donald, right? Maybe we can get him to come back. I don't know.
I mean, the Rams are a different team, I must say. I mean, if Caleb McGarry wants to come back, hell, if we can bring back any one of our old right tackles from back in the day, man, that would help us out, because right now we need some assistance here that offensive line. The center position, Ryan Neuzil, didn't look like him and Tua had a good connection to as well there early in the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think one thing I'm wondering, to Kerry's point, is when cut downs happen and they
look at some of the players that got cut and so forth, and they try to make a move to bring in a guy.
Yeah, because the Falcons, even after today's deal, I think they've got about 28 million in cap space right now. So if they need to go out and sign, they can sign a couple of people if they want to. Even after signing Zadarius Smith today, they can sign a couple of folks. So I'm hoping that, when it comes to cut down day or whatever, if there's a right tackle that shakes loose, that we go out and sign somebody.
We'll have to be honest. We have to.
Yeah,
just in case Jawan Taylor doesn't stay healthy.
Wide receiver and offensive line, after looking at that game, seems to be the 2 position I always go after once players make their cuts coming up in a couple of days. So that could be something to watch for Falcon fans. Everybody else, you had Josh Woods out there. for a lot of snaps. Kobe Bryant was out there. Malcolm DeWalt with his
Oh, they
interception
both
too as
had
well.
bad games, in my opinion.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, both Josh Woods and Kobe Bryant, they left a lot to be desired on that field Friday, personally, for me.
Yeah.
I'm
Kobe,
sorry.
and the reason why I've never, the reason why I wasn't excited or as excited
That's
about
high on him, yeah.
as everybody else is that he's so handsy. And you can get away with that in college, but you get to the NFL, that's not going to fly, and that's what we're seeing, right? We're seeing when it gets tough and guys get by him, first thing he's going to do is grab somebody, and first and foremost, there's a way to grab anybody in the NFL. You can't be obvious, and he is too handsy to get away with that. So I just Kobe is exactly what I thought he is. You know what I mean? Does he have some talent there? Definitely has talent.
He has talent, but he needs to work on that, like you said, with his hands. And, you have to, man, he really needs to work on his game because you're already undersized. And
Right.
my thing is like, all off season, I'm hoping he was really putting in work because he was talking a lot of trash on social media, and he was TikToking and IG living and streaming, and it's like, man, come on, you want to make this team, you got to be putting in that work. Honestly, you went undrafted, so hoping he, steps up. It's just this preseason game. I was kind of disappointed with his performance, but hopefully he improves as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. T-Will, go ahead.
No, he's got some stuff to work on, but there's a saying in the NFL, and that's if you're even, the receiver's leaving. And that's all we saw that night with Kobe, is that it's just, okay, they're in the break. Now you're trying to be physical, and now he's going by you.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta have a remedy for that. And that's the technique part that Kerry's talking about. But anyway, Jack, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Speaking of receivers outside of Zachariah Branch, I see a lot of fans in the stands. We want to get to them in just a minute here too as well. Speaking of just wide receivers, T-Will, outside of Branch, who else do you think put on a good performance for their opportunity to stay with the Falcons here to make this 53?
I think your boy did pretty well.
Chris Blair?
Yeah, I think your boy did pretty well. I think Vinny did well in the was Vinny out there for special teams?
He had one catch for 5 yards.
I think he was out there for special teams though, right? I mean, I guess you got to say Chris and I mean, Zachariah Branch had a few catches. I don't know that he necessarily went off, but
I mean, Vinny Anthony was something to look at in kick return. I mean, 3 for 90. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, he definitely made a name for himself there, and I mean, Kerry, what are your thoughts as far as the receivers for that game? Anybody stick out to you?
For me, receivers not. I mean, Blair always does well in preseason, but outside of that, like, I wasn't really too impressed. But at the same time, it's like we didn't do much on offense, right? We had that one touchdown, which was really just Jack Strand. It's like not an actual receiving touchdown, rushing touchdown. But for me, it's like a player that I will also like to shout out that stood out to me, besides Kendall Daniels, would be Malcolm DeWalt. Malcolm DeWalt looked very good. We got him undrafted.
Got the interception.
Yeah, he played very well, and I really thought he was actually good. I think he'll be a good depth piece for us. I hope maybe if he doesn't make the roster, he makes the practice squad. But I think he was great on special teams as well. And he's kind of smaller, but I guess he's not too small. But I think he's like 6'1" or 6'2", almost 200. But I'm hoping after yesterday or Friday's performance, maybe he can make the roster, but I think he's definitely will be a great addition for us for the special teams because if I remember right, he was one of the top rated players for us for PFF, so defensively.
Well, I'm glad you guys mentioned Kobe Bryant because we have a special guest getting ready to join us here today, Falcon fans. Hit that like, share, subscribe button for Kobe Bryant supporter.
I thought it was gonna
Big
be
Love
Kobe
Country
Bryant.
Sports in the building.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Big shout out to Big Love Country Sports in the building.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on?
First of all, we finna have no slander on Kobe Bryant on this show, T. Will. Like, look, everybody makes mistakes. You
Okay.
know,
Mm,
I, I just
okay.
seen,
The same
I
mistake
just,
in 2 years, low.
I just seen. Look, all I'm gonna say is I just seen T. Will's. I just seen T. Will's highlights. You know, and y'all for y'all that don't know, like decades ago, T. Will played DB.
That's right.
T.
That's
Will
right.
wasn't handsy enough. He was playing too far back. So, but that's neither here nor there. What's going on, y'all? How y'all
What's
doing?
up, man? Hey, Lo, let me ask you a question. If it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? I mean, this has been the story with Kobe coming out of college. It hasn't changed. It's the same. I want him to make the team. I want him to be better, but we got to be honest here, man. He's got to improve. Give me your thoughts on Kobe's technique, Lo. I know you're defending him and he's your guy, but give me your thoughts on his technique. And what did you see from Kobe in that game on Friday?
Well, first of all, it's like he was there, right? I mean,
He was on the
that's
play.
yeah, exactly. Like we. I mean, look, Jack is a former safety. Jack's son plays linebacker, safety. Like to make the play, you have to be there, right? You can't get the rub if you ain't at the club, right?
Hey, yo.
So you're saying he was in phase. You're saying he was in step with the guys.
He was in step with the guy. Now, look, as far as like being too handsy, that's coaching, and
Yeah.
hopefully, it's something that that he can get coached out of. But I'd rather have a guy that's too handsy than not handsy enough.
Okay.
Like I want to know that you want to make a play and that you'll do everything that you can do to keep this play from happening. And I mean, the coaches they'll teach you how to they'll teach you how to pass interference without getting a flag thrown.
Okay.
You just got to know how to do it. It's kind of like, man, playing defensive back is just like taxes, right? Everybody cheats on their taxes, but you just got to know how to do
You got to know how to do it, right? You gotta know how to
Exactly.
do it.
Okay. I'm doing
Well,
something wrong.
Lo, let me ask you this.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. I wanna make sure of that.
Lo, let me ask you this question. Who's your favorite handsy Falcons cornerback ever?
Robert Alford.
Robert
Ab-
Alford.
Robert Alford, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Gotta be.
Absolutely.
I'll probably say D'Angelo Hall after that, but D'Angelo Hall, he was right there on the play, like most of the time.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting burnt.
Angelo Hall
He
ran
was
a
out there.
4.2.
Mm-hmm.
D'Angelo Hall, he didn't really need to. And look, Rocky's fast as well. Robert Alford was fast, but to your point, Lo, it seemed like a part of his career and transition here was he got better with hiding the pulls and all of that. I mean, he still was handsy, but he got a whole lot better with it. So maybe there's hope for Kobe.
Yeah. And like I said, he could get coached out of that. You just gotta, just like Winston said, you gotta get it's the technique. Man, like y'all know that feeling. I mean, I don't know that much because I wasn't never back there where y'all pretty boys was at, but y'all know that feeling like whenever the ball's coming and it's just you and that other guy, and it's like you start panicking and you're
Or
looking
even
back
if your
and
back
you
is
start to
turned to
grab.
the ball and you see the wide
Yes.
receiver's eyes light up and his hands
Yes.
big, like, oh, it's getting ready to happen right
Yes,
Right.
and it's like you like, oh, I don't want to look bad, I don't want to look stupid. He ain't finna mouse me, and so like, I mean, you panic, and you just got to stick with that technique, split
Yeah.
them hands open.
Coach, you
You
speak
know.
about panicking. What did it look like for the offensive line and Tua in the first two series or so? In your opinion?
Man, they had to call them people out. The people that have to clean, like you know, whenever people have accidents,
Mhm.
like they had to get those people to come out because man, them boys are pissing out their leg out there.
Sheesh. So Craig was
wow.
doing some extra work out there the other day, then. 'Cause I didn't
Yes,
see Craig
sir.
on the
Yes,
300
sir.
level.
Oh wait, Craig. Oh wow,
That
wow.
ain't Craig.
Hey, Craig.
That was not
I saw them do a
Craig.
TV timeout. I didn't know that was Craig that ran.
Yeah, all right. So when Craig comes in here on one, you know why, Jack.
Shout out to Craig for the extra towels too, man. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
The
But
extra
Jack,
towels.
so
Country, what do you think about the quarterback play from Tua, Jack Strand, Cooper Rush? Just Is that a Tommy Reese thing? Is that just a we wanted to get off the field being healthy type of thing? Was it just really that bad for the Atlanta Falcons? Because Cooper Rush, 2 interceptions, one being the pick six. Jack Strand, fans were excited, of course, when we scored because he was able to drive the ball down the field with the third stringers and the fourth stringers. But, I mean, what's your thoughts about quarterback play here in Atlanta right now? And we haven't mentioned Penix yet because he hasn't been able to play, but just your thoughts about who was out there the other day.
I was just thinking he can't even say Penix's name because he didn't play. But there you go, throwing his name in there.
Because right now, Carrie, it's just about the 3 quarterbacks who played the other day. We know what Penix's ability is and what he can do.
Right. So why'd you throw his name in there? We're talking about the preseason game that he did not play in. Oh my god!
All right, I take that back, Country. Everything I just said without mentioning Penix.
Oh my!
What do you think about the quarterback play the other day versus the Broncos? What's up, Tua?
Is this your king?
Hey.
Oh wow!
Just want to know. Is this
wow!
Just want to know. I mean, you brought it up. I'm just asking.
I don't know why that's not the.
Did I do it right, Country? Hold on, Country. Did I do it right? This month right here.
That should have been the cover photo for the show, to be honest.
Tua looking back like, why you in pads? You not playing? No. Hey, Falcon fans, you gotta hit that like, share, and subscribe button, man. We having a good time here. Country, your thoughts, man, about the quarterback play here in Atlanta so far?
Man, I mean, you know, I think it's one of them situations where I know everybody's panicking. Of course, like Tua, you got to catch the snap. And if anybody that's watching, if anybody ever went out to the Saturday Night Lights practice, like Tua fumbled like 2 or 3 times. Fumble snaps, fumble handoffs to Bajan. And so I mean that's something that we definitely got to keep an eye out for. But I feel like they weren't really trying to go out here and like really show things off. I feel like Friday night was a alignment and an assignment day.
Right.
They just wanted to make sure everybody was supposed to be where they were supposed to be, and you know they didn't throw too many wrinkles in there. It was a vanilla ice cream kind of night, right? And you know, was it pretty? No, but I think it was like a case where you know they just needed some stuff that they could really put on tape or film. So I mean, Cooper Rush played bad. I mean, let's keep that above. Like he threw a lot of $5 footlongs.
That was so bad.
That's tough.
It was bad. It was very bad.
Bro, he threw that one in the end zone. I was sitting over there on the side. I'm like, is that Cooper Rush just do that? Cooper comes running back over there. You hear fans start saying, Cooper cut. It's like, hey, man.
They were booing at the game, right?
Fans they were booing. Oh, they were definitely booing.
Yeah, and I think he thought they were saying cool, but nah, they were booing. They were saying boo.
I think one of his the pick six was tipped though, right? Was it not?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
still his second
yards.
for the night though. Still his second for the night.
He still looked bad. Yeah, Cooper looked bad. No doubt about it. Cooper looked
7 for 19, 62 yards, 2 interceptions. Tough out there for Cooper Rush.
Gus, I wanted to ask you, because we talked about the offensive line and obviously the quarterback, but I wanted to ask you how you feel about the other side, the other trenches, which is a defensive line. Today it was announced that we signed Zadarius Smith. So I don't know, you guys want to talk about that a little bit and how you feel about the edge room now and the defensive line in general?
T-Will, you want to go ahead? Look, he can only help. From what I saw in that display in that first half, but again, and Lowe touched on something. Lowe said it was about alignment and assignment. I really don't think we had any exotic blitzes, so it's kind of like what I was saying at the beginning. I think Sean Payton's agenda was to come in and really just do it to us. He was running plays that he's going to run. This year.
Okay.
Oh, and he did. He pause or not, he did that. He did just what he came to do because he did that, and then he even threw a jab at us that went viral, saying there's a lot of empty seats just as Falcons fans.
Right? But whatever, Sean, whatever. But so you do again. My main question is, guys, Are we as bad as we saw, or were there a couple of things going on? Like, again, on defense, to Kerry's point, we were down, 7 starters? Something like that, I heard.
I don't think we're that bad, honestly, because, to you guys' point, it's just preseason, and not all the starters played, and, what have you. We didn't play. It was very vanilla, but sometimes it's also at the same time, it's like, I don't know, don't get embarrassed out there, like tackle the players, show like you are trying. I don't know, you're still out there playing a game, like don't get blown out at home. But in regards to the Zadarius Smith signing, like I'm with you, T Will, at least like we have some help.
Yeah.
With Walker being out for the season and JPJ out for 8 games. I understand the signing. I mean, it's a cheap signing. I think we only signed him for like $6 million.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's good.
yeah, so that's a good signing for me. I know like he's about to turn 34, so he's definitely past his prime.
In
That's
September. Yep.
Yeah, but for me, it's like Leonard Floyd last year cost us $10 million 1 year, and he's from Georgia. So that, this is a good signing for me as far as the price goes. But and it'll help until we get JPJ back. My thing is like I just hope that he plays at least 8 games, because last year he only played 5 games and just abruptly decided to retire. So I'm hoping like mentally he's still really wants to play, and this isn't just like a money grab type thing. Like I'm hoping he really changed his mind, change of heart, because he officially said like I'm bowing out mid-season in October last year. So I'm hoping that he plays the whole season, because we're definitely going to need him. But I understand the signing, he was drafted by Ian Cunningham in Philly, and then he also played 2 years under Kevin Stefanski. So he is following Kevin Stefanski. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, especially with people saying he's not a good coach, but we got another player following him here. So there's that, who, by the way, he was supposed to sign with
the Browns.
But then
Yep.
had a change of heart, or I don't know. It's kind of mixed reporting, because they said, oh, he had a change of heart, but then yesterday when they said he is signing with the Browns, or expected to, they said he commented under that IG post that, oh, like I have another workout plan. What are you talking about? So maybe he was never going to sign, necessarily with them. They just didn't report that he had another workout with the Falcons. So regardless, I think it does help. It's not like a big needle mover for me, but anybody can help at this point. For me, I don't know, how do you guys feel? Maybe I'm an overreactor, but personally for me, with Walker out the season and JPJ out, if you take a look at our edge room and the names in there, like for me, it's down bad. So I'm happy that we got this signing.
I'm actually excited about this. You kind of have a gap filler right now, especially in the situation where JPJ is going to be out for some games. Jalen Walker's out for this season. Don't forget about Aziz and some of the other players that we have on the team. I mean, they were battling injury recently, such as Zadarius Smith too as well. I think Country mentioned his last real healthy season was in 2024. I think it was. And of course, his best season was back in 2019, 2020. I think he had 13 sacks, 12 sacks or so. So this is something that, fans wanted. Von Miller. That's a name that was getting thrown around here by the fans.
Because
of course,
Jackie can roll out of bed and get 8.5 sacks.
It seems to be true for Von Miller from what I'm seeing in his career, because I think he has over 150 sacks since since he's been in the league or something like that. So this guy's, Zadarius Smith is a guy I think fans are gonna hope can help balance this defensive line, at least good enough with his veteran presence until JPJ comes back, because we have to get to the quarterback. That's one of the biggest things we have here, and we didn't see much of it the other night against the Denver Broncos. Even with some of the young guys, some of the guys who's trying to make the squad. I know it still seems vanilla and kind of bland out there with no seasoning against the Denver Broncos, but week 1 against the Steelers, you have a guy by the name of Aaron Rodgers who's pretty much at the end of his career, which we saw last year towards the end of the season, even going into the playoffs. When the Steelers lost that game, he was being pressured every single play, damn near by the Houston Texans. So this is an opportunity for some of the guys that we want to step up
Well, the Houston Texans, though, that's a different animal. They got like
That is true. That is true. But we
their
have some names
defense
here I
is
think that
arguably the
fans
best
are
in the
kind of
league.
forgetting about. Like Samson could be that player that he was back with the Colts years ago. Same as Aziz.
Right, but I guess my point I was trying to make and why I'm kind of not too high on the room right now, and I'm just hoping I'm wrong, is because of all the injuries. All these players are recently not coming off a great season. It's just they have had good seasons in the past, but not lately. And it's what have you done for me lately? And also they're coming off. A lot of them are coming off injuries. Even Cam Sample, he just got released from the 49ers because knee injury, which was a different knee than the one that he had problems with in Cincinnati in his career. So, but hey, they said he's practicing yesterday 11 on 11. So I guess I don't know,
Okay.
I guess he's fine. But all these guys, we didn't even mention Braylon Trice. We're hoping he can be healthy and be a difference maker for us this year after still not playing it down in 2 seasons. So my thing is like, it's Brandon Dorless season personally. I think it's gonna be a big year for him. I'm hoping because last year he was second in our team on sacks, 8.5. I think this year I'm hoping we see even bigger year from him.
See, the thing is about it too, when you got guys like Jalen Walker that's going to be out, James Pierce is out for 8 games,
Right.
and you look at some of the players you have to cover that, we need the best from Aziz this year and Braylon Trice this year. And of course, when Zach Robinson gets back to the field too as well. Like I said, Samson Ebukon, and of course now Zadarius Smith. Like we have to draw up to get to the quarterback with Jeff Holbrook back there. I mean, if he's gonna be drawing up linebacker blitzes, or he's gonna be drawing up more safety blitzes or more box supports that way the corners can blitz, whatever it's gonna be, it's going to be something because we don't have 2 of our star players out there, especially one for 8 games. So Zadarius Smith, if we can get even somewhat of what we saw with him in the Packers a couple years ago, that would be a major improvement for this defensive line right here because we're battling some injuries. We're battling some injuries across all fronts here.
I think there's gonna be a lot of blitzing in our future.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all noticed, but that second half, whenever we actually started locking in,
Yeah.
like we had to start bringing pressure because it was getting to the point it was getting embarrassing.
It was bad. We couldn't bring any
Yeah.
pressure whatsoever. We had Stidham looking like he's just balling out there. Like, it's so funny. A friend of mine who's not a Falcons fan, I was so like, I mean, I wasn't crashing out about the game, but I was kind of a little bit disappointed because, like I said, it's like at least bring the effort, right? I'm not expecting.
I could definitely see you crashing out.
I promise I
definitely
wasn't
see.
crashing out. It's preseason, but I want to see a little bit of an effort, right? And yeah, they were getting embarrassed out there, and they're like, "Oh, well, was it at least Bo Nix?" I was like, "No, it was not Bo Nix."
Gerald Stidham and Sam Ellinger. That's crazy.
Both of their quarterbacks.
Wait, he was on our team, wasn't he?
Sam was on our team. I think a
Sam,
couple
yeah.
practice. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's looking bad, Falcon fans, when it comes to just seeing Jared Stidham go 9 for 15 for 131 yards. And
to Lowe's point, the first half, I promise you, we really weren't running scripted. Like the defense was so vanilla. It's not apples to apples. And again, I'm not saying that there's justification for it, but if you're coming out running a play that you're going to play, we're going to see in game 5, and I'm in base defense. You go here, you go there. It's a little different, right? So, again, if we see the Broncos again, I got a feeling that's going to be a totally different story. But what I do think is interesting, and Kerry brought this up, I think another reason you go out and sign Zadarius Smith is because of all of these, I don't want to say injury-prone guys that we have, but a lot of these players that we have that have had injuries in the past, you got to figure 1 or 2 of them is going to get injured again, and then what do? So, in my mind's eye, you probably need to go out and sign another defensive end.
It's so funny you say that because I was thinking, honestly, I wouldn't be mad if they signed one more.
Right. You probably need to go out and sign another one.
Honestly.
You got after, so his contract I think is for $6 million with bonuses. It's $8 million. That we had 35 before. That means we got 28, 27. You could go out and sign another defensive end. You could go out and sign another tackle as well, and still have 10 million in the kitty. But those are my thoughts. I think that because here's the thing: towards the end of last year, you were getting there with 4, but a part of that 4 was JPJ.
Yep.
Jalen Walker, and
Caden
guy?
Ellis.
Not only him, but there was another one. That was God, Ellis, not Ellis. God, what's his name? Jesus, he's a defensive.
Leonard Floyd.
With the 4 that we had.
Yeah, I mean, Lakel London was getting some sacks. You had
no. I'm saying with the regular 4. He's
Rook.
Rook. Definitely not Rook.
What's it? Oh my God,
Brandon Dorless.
Brandon
Dorless was hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt in the second to the last. He got hurt in the Rams game, right? But
running towards the end of the season.
Right, but before that, they were getting there with 4, but the 4 they were getting there was Jalen Walker, Dorless, JPJ, and whoever else you want to put on the other side. But 2 of those are not in the equation. So to Lowe's point, you probably are going to see a lot of blitzes. Well, to Jack's point, whoever said it, you probably are going to see a lot of blitzes. And Kerry, thank you, because I got all of that right. I'm so accurate. But you're gonna see a lot of blitzes because you're gonna have to, right?
You got to dial it up from somewhere, especially when not having two of those players on the field.
I don't think you're going to be able to get there with 4, at least not at the beginning of the season. Now, towards the end of the season, maybe game 9, 10, 11, when we get back JPJ and everybody else knows the defense, maybe you will get there with 4. But for those first 8, 9 games, I would imagine you'd see a lot of blitz packages. So to my very long-winded point, I think it would be prudent to go out and get another defensive end because with a lot of these guys, they do have injury history. So it's my thoughts.
We see the Falcons already made some small moves here, just bringing some more players to, of course, give the opportunity to some of these guys to make the 53. Who do you think, Country, Kerry, T-Will, who do you think Friday helped their resume here to stay in Atlanta to make this 53? I think Chris Blair has to be one name to be brought to the table. Even this guy, DeWalt, too, as well, the cornerback.
The drill?
Yeah. What's it, the drill? Sheesh. That's tough. What's his name? Malcolm DeWalt.
Yeah.
Definitely put on a good show out there. So who you have, Country? Sidney Brown, too, as well, was out there.
Yeah, he sure was. Yeah. Joshua Simon, that's my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he looks
Joshua
good.
Simon. Yes. Joshua Simon. No, that's my dude. I chilled out with him at South Carolina a few times before he came to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Joshua Simon, that's the guy who I really hope they keep because he's so explosive. If you ever go back and watch like his tape from whenever he was at South Carolina, like most of his yards come after the catch. Like they used to run tight end screens with this guy. He would take it for 40 yards. Like he's that dude. So yeah, that's what I would really like.
Joshua Simon helps his case. From what Country is saying here, I got Chris Blair. Country T-Will, who would you say helped their case against the Denver Broncos to at least show Coach that they could possibly make this 53?
I think Vinny helped this case.
Vinny Anthony?
Yeah. I think
my cousin?
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Not my cousin Vinny.
Yeah, him. Yep.
That's tough.
That dude. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, Vinny Anthony, I think at least on special teams showed us something because the one thing that's been sorely missed these past couple of years is we've not had a guy that could give us a consistent 30, 40 yards. And I think we saw that. I think he had 3 for 90?
Yeah.
So I'd say Vinny Anthony definitely made a case at least on special teams.
Kerry, who's your player?
I'm gonna still stick with the player I mentioned earlier. And that's DeWalt. Malcolm DeWalt. He had the interception. I think it got overturned, but I thought he looked really good, for an undrafted guy. I feel like also as a gunner, I think he would definitely be useful on the team as special teams, even if we don't use him, necessarily as a starter at cornerback. I definitely think he's making a name for himself, at least in the preseason game. He's even been sticking out a little bit in training camp. I would love for him to make this roster.
So we're gonna definitely get that on a graphic. Throw that out here later on for the Falcon fans across the world, so they can go ahead and tell us who their favorite player was, or who their player thought that they thought was going to be able, pretty much who was their player that they thought was a standout against the Denver Broncos. Even though it's 27-7, some players did go out there and do their job. I myself think it's Chris Blair, T. Will going with Vinny Anthony, Miss Carey going with Malcolm DeWalt. Bigelow Country Sports, Joshua Simon. So Falcon fans definitely want to hear your feedback on that. One thing I have to talk about here too as well, T. Will and Carey and Country. Last season, the offensive coordinator calling plays from upstairs and not being down on the field with your quarterback. And of course, we're hearing now that Tommy Rees will be staying in the box all season, calling plays like Mike Bobo out there with the dogs. T. Will, go Dogs. T. Will, Country, Carey, your thoughts about this, knowing that you have a new OC in here working with Michael Penix, in here working with a first-time quarterback here in Atlanta, Tua Tagovailoa. Your thoughts on Tommy Rees staying in the box and not being on the field around his quarterbacks? Is it something that we need to look at and say Tommy Rees should be down there on the field, or is it more so keep him in the box? I think, if he's used to doing that, then it's better for him to do that. What's your guys' thoughts on that?
Low?
Oh yeah, man. I'm glad. Okay. So yes, I love talking about stuff like this. Let that man stay in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Let that man stay in the box. Look, the fact of the matter is that I really didn't like Zach Robinson coming down out of the box, but it was just getting to the point where the offense was looking so bad. You're like, well, look, let's at least try something different.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why the OCs and the DCs a lot of time are up in the box is because they get the bird's eye view and they're seeing how plays are developing and they can see everything that's going on. Like if you've ever tried to watch a football game from the sideline, like it's hard to watch. You can't see what's going on over there on the other side. You can't see if that right end if he's not setting the edge. You a lot of times you're just seeing the result. If somebody breaks a big play, you're just looking downfield, which is why, I mean, quote unquote, a lot of times you've seen Raheem Morris looking up at the Halo board because he was trying to see what was going on because
he's trying to get some more TV time like you did the other night. I saw you out there with Bigelow Country.
Oh yeah,
superstar out there.
but yeah, let that man stay up in the box. Like the reason why it was a situation where last year we wanted Zach Robinson to come down is because the coaching staff was so anemic. We didn't have a quarterbacks coach that would legitimately sit down there with Michael Penix and kind of explain things and calm him down and everything like that. Shouts out to the legend of Doug Williams, but DJ Williams was kind of just there for the ride.
Right. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button. T. Will.
I'm sorry. Lo, can I ask you a question? And you kind of answered it, but I'm going to ask it anyway to kind of just bring more, I guess, light or illustration to your point. Do you think that that's why this Falcons coaching staff is so extensive with experience?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Because if Michael Penix is the quarterback, he's not. You don't want him to sit here and say, I really don't got nobody to talk to if I'm going through it.
Right. Right.
That's tough.
Right. I'm glad you mentioned that, right? Because Carey and I think, was it me and you, Carey, who talked about that? Or was it me, you, Carey, and Jack? I don't know. But I think Carey and I talked about it. Jack and I may have talked about it. But I went back and thought about it. And I'm thinking maybe he wasn't saying what we thought he was saying. again,
mean?
this is just me.
If
Just
it's something
because for
positive to deal with the
conspiracy theories.
quarterbacks, it had to be me. You had to be talking to me too. Well,
This
had to
isn't
be talking
just me. But maybe he was saying, hell, the quarterbacks coaches knew anyway. I'm not talking to anybody that can really help me. You know what I mean? We're in the same boat. So maybe we're thinking that, he's getting the cold shoulder from some of the team and the staff. And maybe that wasn't it. Maybe what he was saying was, there's nobody I'm confident in that I can go to because these guys are new like me. And again, it's just a thought. Doesn't mean it's true. But if you think about it, right? Everybody the Falcons brought in this year from a coaching perspective has years and years and years of experience. Maybe there's something to that. And that's why I agree with you, Lo. I think it's great that you do have a coach that can stay in the box, but I also think it's great that you got guys on the field that know what they're doing, that have years of experience of not only coaching in the roles that they have, but coaching as an offensive coordinator. So they know what the offensive coordinator up in the Tower of Power needs to see. And they also know what to go back and report to him, because you and I have had those conversations. And you said that's an essential piece of coaching, is not only is the offensive coordinator seeing something, but those that are on the sideline can go back to the coach and say, hey, this guard's doing this or this guy's doing this. Give me your thoughts on that, Lo.
Yeah. So one thing a lot of people don't realize is that during a football game, there's so much talking going on behind the scenes on those headsets. They normally have two channels. You'll see the coach. He'll go back after third down. You'll see him flip to go to the defensive side or the offensive side. But yeah, that's literally what's going on. Like the guys on the field, they're talking to the guys upstairs, and they're telling them what they're seeing on the field. Meanwhile, the guys upstairs are saying, "Well, wait a minute. It's looking like that. It's looking like that B gap is getting opened up pretty consistently. Maybe we need to go ahead and flip it to that odd side." Or you'll be like, "Hey, man, number 98." The guys downstairs are saying, "Hey, man, number 98 is looking pretty winded down here. Let's go ahead and run it at him a few more times."
Yep.
Until they pull them. So I mean, yeah, it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, you want it to be a situation where you have experienced guys downstairs to help reel in whoever the quarterback's gonna be, and you want the guy upstairs, the brain, the Tower of Power, to be the puppet master to say, "All right, well, let's go ahead and run that sluggo. Let's run that X sluggo," because I mean, that safety, he's a little bit too jittery down there, and you can tell he really wants to pick something off and take it to the house. So let's go ahead and knock them upside the head and take everything in their pockets.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Talking about Tommy Rees in the box this season coming up for the Atlanta Falcons. Should the Falcons put him on the field, on the sideline next to the quarterbacks, next to his offense, next to his team, or is it better off being in the box to carry? You heard from T. Will. You heard from Big Low Country Sports. Your thoughts on the OC Tommy Rees calling plays from the box this season?
I mean, Big Low is more knowledgeable than me, so I'm gonna go with his answer. But I will
Don't do
say,
that, Gary.
I
Don't
want to
do
do
that.
that because I want to hope that you're right. Because to be completely honest, my initial reaction was like, "Oh shit, here we go again."
Right. When I first heard it, I thought about it. I said,
Literally,
"Man,
that's
you better
what
remember
I
what happened to
thought.
Zach Robinson."
I literally thought Zach
Here
Robinson.
we
I'm like,
go.
oh, here we go.
Here we
Tommy
go
Rees, who has
again.
here we go, because we got Tommy Rees, who has minimal experience at the NFL level calling plays. He did take over in Cleveland, but here we go, because that's what happened with Zach Robinson. He was in the box and it didn't go so well. And then now, who also didn't have experience, and now we're doing that again. But you did just make me feel better. I definitely see both perspectives. I do think that, to your point, being on the sideline, you can't see everything versus the bird's eye view. You literally get the best view that you could get. So I do like that perspective. On the other side, I do like being on the field. I feel is better because you can get more instant, coaching and communication with the players right then and there after a play, whether it's good, bad, or any advice, what have you. Especially with the quarterback, and especially when you have like two quarterbacks that I mean, we don't even know technically who the starter is at this point. So whoever
Yeah,
it's
some
going
of
to
us know.
be,
Some of us know.
both of them are right now not so great. And, honestly, to be honest. So they both could use that coaching,
Mhm.
So I'm hoping like, okay, well, we got Kevin Stefanski, we got a quarterbacks coach with experience now. So I'm hoping it's not going to matter. Tommy Reese, you just up there doing your thing with the play calling and it's all going to be good. But yeah, my instant reaction was like, oh, this feels kind of eerily similar to what happened to us before. But I mean, I'm hoping I'm wrong, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, I do feel like a lot of good NFL teams like have their coordinators on the sideline, but um, anyways, I'm hoping just like with the Falcons this year, like I always want the Falcons to win, so and I want us to end that playoff drought. So I'm gonna be positive, but I don't know, guys. Like JPJ missing time and Walker out for the season really did something to me.
Mhm.
I feel like this season is really going to come down to coaching, which it honestly the last few years it has, and that's what's lost us in my, opinion is we had bad coaching that couldn't get us over the line. I mean, we were technically the last 2 years we were in it for the playoffs and it's just the coaching for me what did us over. So for me, like if Stefanski can be much better than Raheem, which I don't think the bar is that high. I mean, respectfully, and I really feel very good about Nate Ali. He's been successful with every defensive line he's been with.
Mhm.
So for me, I feel good about that, and obviously Jeff Ulbrich. Like, so I do think we have a great coaching staff, even Bill Callahan. So but my thing is like outside of the quarterback position, I am very worried about our defensive and offensive line, the trenches. I still worry for me. So, um,
Well,
I
Uh,
I'm
uh,
hoping.
you know,
I want to say something right quick.
Yeah.
Shouts
go ahead,
out to my
country.
homeboy Anthony White, Georgia Pride, that he said that they put an offensive assistant in the box to relay what's going on to the OC down on the field.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
I definitely understand what you're saying as far as like, you know, you want to have the head guy in charge on the field. I understand
Right.
that.
Okay.
But if the guy, the head guy in charge, that if he's the one that calls the plays, he determines the succession that the plays are called in. He developed the plays. He put all the plays together. I
Right.
mean, that's like the baker calling the assistant to tell them what to do to make the cake, right? Like, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like the baker wants to see the cake being made.
Right.
Like the baker wants to know when to take the cake out of the oven. They want to know the consistency of the dough, and they want to see the whole process. So it's
Right.
like, and that's why Zach Robinson was so opposed to coming down on the field because he was like, well, nah, this is where I need to be at up here. The reason why they made the change was because everybody was like, y'all suck. Y'all need to do something different, and y'all aren't getting
Right.
play calls in on time.
Right.
And
Bullying works.
bullying works, yes. Yes. T Will knows he does it all the time. But
Carrie knows it
but
too. I mean, she bullies me from time to time. I don't want to say too
Stop,
much, though,
Jack.
but
I'm talking about bullying Zach Robinson into
you
actually
know,
coaching
Oh
his
wow.
quarterback on the sideline. But okay.
Carrie's way.
Jack doesn't understand because his bullying to Michael Penix hasn't worked yet, but I
Oh,
wow.
digress.
oh my
Oh,
God.
shots fired.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Could that be the
Jack, you
reason?
gotta give her a wow. You gotta give her a wow.
T.
You
Will.
gotta do it. There you go. From way downtown, Carrie. All right, Jack.
I give her an Undertaker bell too as well because she gets through numbers. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Carrie, T. Will Country, could that be the reason why so many ESPN journalists and people have us down not winning the division, not winning 10 games this year or so forth, because we have a quarterback competition, because we have a first-year head coach, because we have a first-year OC who's sitting up in the box. Two of our star player pass rushers are going to be out for some time. Probably a rookie cornerback on the other side of AJ Terrell. Like, what is it when they really
Really?
look at
Wait,
this
wait,
team and
wait.
think,
You think Mike Hughes isn't going to be starting? Really?
Should he be?
Okay.
Hey,
I
look,
couldn't,
let me tell you
I
something.
couldn't go past
Should
that.
he be?
I saw a
Should
lot
he
of the Falcons fan base not too happy with Mike Hughes so far this
mean-
offseason. And if it's time to make Natron Brooks move up, or if it's time to make even Malcolm DeWalt hit the roster, I think CJ Henderson, I said it before, I think he deserves a shot at this 53-man roster. Played well last season too as well. Now coming off into this offseason, having a decent solid camp. But Avion is definitely probably going to be out there alongside his brother. Mike Hughes is probably going to make the 53 because you need cornerbacks in this building. And Mike Hughes, being a veteran, being on this team for the past 2 or 3 years, you can still get something out of him too as well. But what makes them look at this team and think that we won't win the division or we won't get 10 wins? We have the, like I mentioned, we have the best running back in football, got a solid receiver in Drake London. Is it the injuries or past injuries from some of these players that they're looking at? Like, we don't have depth if some of these guys go down. Is it the right tackle position? Is it just, oh, they're going to throw everything and lean on Bijan for most of the game? What makes these ESPN journalists look at this and say, we're not going to win the division, we're going to be fighting for a top quarterback pick or a top 5 pick next year? Like, why don't we get the love that we're supposed to get here, country?
Let me ask you something, Jack. You ever had that uncle who always go back to getting down with the get down?
When it's time to get down.
No, when I say getting down with the get down, I talk about that uncle who partakes in foreign substances.
I think everybody has one or two of them uncles.
Okay,
right?
so everybody got an uncle, right? And
or
every
cousin or
year,
somebody can,
our
yeah,
cousin,
somebody.
yeah, homeboy uncle. And every year around New Year's, Uncle Junebug will be like, man, look, I'm gonna get right.
Uncle Jim.
Yeah. At
Right,
12,
Uncle Junebug.
at 11:58, that's what he tells you.
11:58. He's like, look, man, I'm gonna get right. I'm gonna get my life together. I'm gonna stop. He say it every year. And then, Uncle Junebug, like 60 years old, he still ride a bike around the neighborhood. He'll do something, for $20. He'll flip off of a house or something crazy. Like, he'll do something. End of the day, every year we end up saying, man, that joke ain't finna do nothing.
Right.
Because we know that every year he say he gonna do something and he don't.
Right.
I.e. the pundits. Because they're saying, man, the Falcons, shoot, I remember back in 2020, 2021, the Falcons hired Art Smith and they said that they were gonna, run the ball and play good defense and make it to the playoffs. That didn't work. And they got Desmond Ritter and that didn't work. And they messed around and got Raheem Morris and and we were just a quarterback away, and that didn't work. And then, you can take it back to Dan Quinn. He told us to embrace the suck. That didn't work. For the last 10 years, it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So until you prove them wrong, they're going to continue to believe that it ain't going to work until Uncle Junebug get that truck driving job.
Right. Shout to Craig.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Craig, you're so lucky Craig is not here.
Oh, Craig gonna get you. He gonna get you.
Oh,
But until Uncle Junebug get that truck driving job, or until Jack offers him that job with the roofing company, they're gonna continue to not believe.
Well, I think here for Atlanta, we have a point to prove here, Falcon fans. And I can't wait to see what Kevin Stefanski and this team does week 1. T. Will, your thoughts? Why do they hate on this, man? What is it? Is it the roster? Is it really what Country is saying the past couple of years? You guys haven't got it right, so you have to show us. We're not going to give you top 10, top 15 ranking just because you go get a couple players here and there and you change your coaches up. T. Will, do we have to show the NFL? Is it time to really put these Falcons put these Falcons' best foot forward to show that the Vegas saying that we're going to win 5 games or 6 games is off? ESPN saying that we're fighting for a top 10 pick is going to be off. What is it that we have to do, T. Will? And why are they hating on it?
I think Big Low is 100% right. I think the narrative has been established that, look, if there's one team that you can count on that's going to underachieve, it's our beloved Atlanta Falcons. That doesn't make it true. I don't think that the past couple of years the team definitely underachieved, but again, you're probably talking a difference of maybe 3 or 4 games, and the margin was so narrow. So I think the narrative has been established, and the only way we're going to get around it is to win. You know, the only way you're going to stop them from talking about you is to win. So
Right.
I agree with that. You know, there's the bottom line is, if you want them to stop saying negative things about you, do something about it. Right. I remember playing baseball, and these kids ran the score up on us, and I'm 8 years old, 7 years old, going home crying, and my dad said, "Dry up them tears right now." I said, "But Dad, that wasn't fair." He said, "Shut up." He said, if you didn't want to be embarrassed, you should have played that. You know what I mean? That's within
you
your.
don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed.
You didn't want to be embarrassed, you should have played better. But don't you dare get in this car and complain and moan about it now. You will walk home, boy. So, you know,
Leandro says they hate all Atlanta sports except the Braves, too.
Okay. And what is that reason?
Correct. Thank you, Carrie.
The one championship team.
Yes. They and don't make no mistake about it. They did hate on the Braves before they won that championship.
Yep.
They did. They did. That is true.
Was it Davey Concepcion? I'm going way back then, played for the Reds, who was like in 91, oh, they won't win. They always lose, right? Pissed everybody off. Now, to Mr. Concepcion, you know what? I'm not going to disrespect him. He's a Hall of Famer. But you were wrong, sir. But the point is, if you don't, to Carrie's point, if you don't want them to talk about you, do something about it. Okay? Do something about it. And I personally think that our Falcons have to win a Super Bowl in order for that narrative to be changed. It's not enough just to make the playoffs. You're going to have to go into enemy territory and win a Super Bowl before they will ever give you some respect. Because what we're talking about at the end of the day is respect, right?
Go to an Atlanta United game.
Yep.
Oh, my bad. I completely just left them out. Yes, Atlanta United has won a championship as well.
Go to an Atlanta United game. They ain't been that hot this year, but go to a game.
Yeah, but I mean, it's look, my daddy told me a long time ago, respect is earned. It is not granted. It is not given. It is earned. And if our beloved Falcons want respect, which is what we're talking about, they got to earn it. Now, do I think the Falcons are going to win 5 games? No. I think the Falcons will win at least 10 or 11. Maybe I'm a homer. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking at this too optimistically. But with the weapons that we have, with the coaching staff that we have, even if you got to have a game manager, I just don't see this team only winning 5 games. But I've talked way too much. Carrie, give us your thoughts on it.
No, to echo you guys' sentiment, I completely agree. You know, I've talked to fans of NFL teams that obviously aren't Falcons fans, and they just, honestly, from taking off the homer element, it's like a lot of people just still see us as that team that blew the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And the reason being is because arguably 2017 was the last year we made the playoffs, so it's almost been a 10-year drought, and we literally have not done anything since then. So people still see us as that team that blew it, okay? And to T-Will's point, you're not going to get that respect until you prove them wrong, because people just see us. They're like, oh, you can turn on a Falcons game. They're really good in prime time. Like, they're exciting, you know, got the best running back in football, but, like, they always seem to blow it, like, somehow. And think about it, like, even last year, it's like we beat the good teams, we lost horrible teams. Like, we had no business losing at home the way we did to the Dolphins, getting blown out by the Panthers. Like, just certain things like that is like, you come off a high win against the Vikings on the road like that, when the Vikings were thought to be good, and then you follow it up with that Carolina performance. It's like, for me, it's like, yes, we all believe in our Falcons, so, you know, with the homer element, but people who aren't Falcons fans, you know, they still see us as that team that hasn't done anything since the Super Bowl run in the 2017. So we have to start winning. You know, winning cures all, they say. So it's like you start winning, and the Fairweather fans are going to start supporting, and the stadium will fill up more, and, you know, you're going to get the respect from the pundits. But as of now, I feel it's partially, you know, it's probably like 60-70% that, because, like, what have you done for me lately? You haven't done anything. And then the other 30-40% is like looking at this roster, the most important position in the NFL we would all probably agree is the quarterback.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we don't have that solidified, and we haven't done that since Matt Ryan left,
Right.
which is sad. So we're still searching for our future franchise guy. And so it's partially that. And not only that, but I mean, every team has injuries, so you can't use that excuse. But I think it's, you can't ignore the fact that losing like 2 first-round pick pass rushers who combined for 16 sacks last year, helping your team for the first time. And I don't know, 10 years, you have a double-digit sack leader with JPJ getting 10 and a half, and you were second in the league in sacks. Like, what a difference, they made last year. And I do put a lot of that up to Nate Ali because a lot of the players, not just those 2 I mentioned, looked great under him. Dorless looked very good. Caden Ellis looked very good. So I think coaching is really going to matter for us this year. But yeah, I am worried too. Besides the quarterback position is also like, we have a lot of stars on this team, like Jack mentioned, like Bijan Robinson, Drake London. You got Jesse Bates. You got Xavier Watts, AJ Terrell. But honestly, a lot of teams, even bad teams, they sometimes have stars. Is
Mm-hmm.
the coaching, the quarterback, and for me, the trenches. And for me, I'm worried about the trenches. I'm like laying in bed at night, like, oh my God, I just pray that we can get these trenches figured out, because I feel like it doesn't matter. You have a really good quarterback. You can't keep him upright. You're not going to win anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm really worried about the tackle position. So the tackle position and also defensive line. I think the interior will be pretty good. I'm just worried about the edges. But sorry, I kind of talked a lot, so you can go ahead.
No, this is your podcast too, Kerry. That's why it's one time for the fans for loving this. This helpful information from all of us here today can get fans ready and prepared for the upcoming game against the Indianapolis Colts. Falcons joint practice coming up next couple of days against them before they prepare for battle Saturday. Is it 7:00 game again, country, or what time is it?
1 o'clock.
It's a 1:00 game. 1:00 game Saturday.
1 o'clock game.
So Falcon fans, just be prepared. This offseason, they kind of hated on us, had our backs against the wall for a couple years now. And of course, how do the Falcons respond? They lose 27-7 against the Broncos in preseason. But don't forget, Falcon fans, it's preseason, right? You're going to see a lot of players out here.
That's what this is for.
Right. We're fighting for camp competition battles going on, players who are trying to make this roster. Of course, we saw a lot of negatives out there, a couple positives we can take away from the game, but unfortunately, the Falcons have to move on to the next game, and this is how it is when it comes to football. Right. So they'll throw that game behind them and just say, hey, look, whoever's healthy is healthy to go forward. Whoever's not healthy, try to get healthy and get well soon so that way we can get shot back on the field. But Falcon fans are in the chat.
One thing we got to consider, I think, is it this weekend? Michael Penix is getting reevaluated.
Okay.
Does, even with the reevaluation, does he play against the Dolphins? Because if this is a competition battle against the 2 quarterbacks, you have to see him play. I mean, the 7-on-7s don't do no justice when you're trying to go out there.
He kind of has to, right?
Right. He has to.
He has to play against the Dolphins. And does he play a quarter? Does he play a half? I'm just kind of unsure. Does Tua even play the next the game after the Colts game against the Dolphins? That'd be cool to see Tua go out there in a preseason game against his old team, light them up for
I
a
could
couple
be
series.
wrong, but I thought that Stefanski said that he hasn't decided yet for game 2 if Strand or Cooper Rush.
Right.
Somehow Cooper Rush is still in Atlanta, but that's a different story. He hasn't decided who's going to be starting game 2, but I thought game 3, the starters will be getting some more reps. Please tell me, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that was the thing.
That's the dress rehearsal.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
So we're expecting to see Tua or Penix probably playing next week against the Dolphins.
I think it has to. I think Tua, right? It will be Tua, because if Penix gets cleared this weekend, he still has to practice 11-on-11s before he can just start a game. That's kind of nutty.
Right. So you'll probably get a chance to see him play like week 4, week 5, or something like that. I'm guessing. Kerry?
Well, I mean, it depends. If Tua's terrible, if he looks anything like he did, at that Friday Night Lights, or if he looks like he did preseason game and that limited, you know, view that we had of him, if he looks like that to start the season, yeah, he's and Penix is healthy. At that point, they're gonna be like, we need to see what we have in Penix before we have to draft quarterbacks next year. I mean, they're not gonna just let their season ride upon. They're not. I'm sorry, respectfully, they're not Raheem Morris. So a competent coaching staff isn't just gonna let Kirk Cousins just keep playing and playing through this injury and lose us the division when you're
So
up 6-3. So yeah, by like November, I would say if Tua looks like dog crap, he's out.
so for the
Tell me if I'm
chat,
wrong.
for the panel, for everybody here, for everybody watching, for everybody listening. Even with Tua's performance the other day and what we know about Michael Penix, even with the reevaluation coming up, if he's playing against the Dolphins, we don't know. If Tua's playing against the Dolphins, we don't know. Don't look like they're both playing against the Colts this week. Country, are you leaning towards right now, Tuesday, August 18th, that Tua is the starter week 1, or do you have to give it more time, knowing that
Yeah,
Penix
I
can
got
still
more.
have a shot?
Yeah, I got to give it more time. In all honesty, because I want to see what two. I want to see Tua in these
Hmm.
joint practices,
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and see how he's looking, and then I mean I also got to see a little bit more Penix. So
I
yeah,
agree with you,
I need to give it more time.
and I think
And
that's
I
what
mean, let's keep
Stefanski
it a
said,
buck.
right? Sorry,
Yeah. That's what
yeah,
he said. Oh
Stefanski
no,
said
you
that.
good, girl. You good. And I was just gonna say to keep it a book, like Tua don't look like, I was talking to Uncle Steve earlier, and he was saying that man, Tua don't look like he's like really into it.
Mm.
Even that interview after the game, he didn't look too. I mean, he already got paid, right? He got paid by Miami. He's here for a
Yeah,
$1 million deal. We're not really paying him. He already got his guaranteed money from the Miami Dolphins. They literally paid him to leave.
like is
So
Tua, is he from Cali?
I,
Sheesh.
um,
I thought he's from
No.
Hawaii, right?
Oh, he's from Hawaii. I thought he was from California.
uh, I
Let me check.
mean, oh no, he was born in Hawaii, but I don't know where he was actually
Carrie,
raised.
that's your
But
guy. Where's Penix? Where's Tua from? Carrie?
oh, Tua or
Ah,
sorry, I misunderstood. Tua or
yeah,
Tua.
yeah,
Penix?
yeah. I'm talking
Tua.
about Tua. Yeah, Tua.
Oh, Tua, he's born in Hawaii.
Okay, he was born in Hawaii. Okay,
I
that's
love
for
the
some
way
reason.
y'all don't understand. Carrie's on another.
I thought Carrie had the
Y'all,
Tua poster. She looked back and said, "Oh, the
now
Tua. Oh yeah, he was born in
oh,
Oh,
Hawaii."
now I'm the Tua lover. That's so hilarious.
you know what's
Switch
funny?
up is
Jack? You
crazy.
you didn't even see what Carrie just did there, man. Y'all are funny. Y'all, Carrie, okay. You keep sleeping on Carrie if you want to.
Going around the panel here, T. Will. Tua, week 1 starter right now, even after the first preseason game, or you still need a couple more weeks to see this out? Because there's a lot of teams right now that has already named their starters for who's going to be out there week 1. What do you
I,
think, T. Will?
I need a couple more weeks, man. I need.
I, but can I
This
ask
is
Jack something?
yeah. Go
Since you
ahead.
asked us that question, I'd like to ask you the same thing. And I would also like to say that does this make you feel, being to a guy, does this make you feel kind of like a bad feeling in your gut because knowing that, you would think he
Who's
would
the
be
Tua guy?
the
I'm
guy
with you
up there in the
saying
white
you.
tee. Yeah, definitely
No, who's the
you.
Tua guy?
The Tua guy is
You.
the guy right there with the ATL.
I'm the 53 man roster type of guy.
Oh, don't
Oh,
do that. Don't
oh,
do that, Jack.
oh!
Don't do
I
that.
hope
I
he
sat
makes
here
it
and
big.
defended
Don't do
Ritter
that.
for all those seasons. Country, you saw what we did.
You
We had to
did
defend
not.
Ritter for
Oh,
God's sakes.
oh, okay. You defended Ritter. Okay.
I love it.
Anyways, no. So my question is, how do you feel about it? Like the same question that you gave to us, but I want to also say that being a guy that you have been the one that thinks the most that Tua will start, okay, at week 1. So that being said, how do you feel knowing that we are like 5 weeks away, less than 5 weeks away from football?
Mhm.
And to your point, a lot of teams have already named their starter. They know who their starter is. We're 5 weeks away. We're already one preseason game in, and the Falcons have not named their starter. And Kevin Stefanski said he's not ready to name the starter. How does that make you feel about Tua then? Because to me, the vibe I got is that you felt like he was a shoo-in to get the position QB1. So how does that make you feel knowing that he has not just gotten the position already? Like, shouldn't he have already been named the starter at that point then?
Jack, that tight feeling you feel in your belly. It's called comeuppance. Okay, I'm just saying that tight feeling right now that you're feeling, man. Just saying, it's been coming for a while. But go ahead, let me shut up. Go ahead.
I
I genuinely want to know how you
like,
feel about that.
just like any other Falcon fan who's watching the Falcons right now, know that you want a
Okay.
fair and
Oh,
healthy
man.
quarterback
You're giving me a
competition battle
politic answer. Okay.
between the two. Now, I will say that, the other day against the Denver Broncos, Tua didn't look at his best. And of course, the
Right.
offensive line or even the play calling, whatever was going through the minds of any one of those players that hit the field the other day, didn't look at their best because we lost 27-7. But it's preseason. We got off the field healthy, which is the very most important thing, I think.
That's the biggest win.
That's the biggest win,
Definitely.
because even the Jake
Definitely.
Matthews scare too as well. I mean, certain things you look
Oh,
at
he
and
gave
say,
us a scare. He gave us a little scare there, but I'm
right.
glad
And
he's
I hope
okay.
that, for every player that's out there competing to make the 53-man roster for this team, even the one who got cut the other day, I think he had one catch for 5 yards, got cut. They brought in a new wide receiver, Bo Collins now. So there are guys who are trying to make this roster from cornerbacks to defensive ends to linebackers to
Mm,
safeties to wide receivers to quarterbacks. And
mm,
when it comes to quarterback situation, I've seen it play out for good and I see it play out for worse. And I hope that the Falcons make the right decision of putting the
mm.
right guy out there against the Steelers week 1.
Man,
Their initial
it's
plan, I think, when they brought in Tua, because they knew that the Falcons, these are the Falcons. They have to know the timeline. Penix doesn't just walk into the room randomly on a Monday and just gives them the update. They have to know this stuff behind the scenes
okay.
24/7 with this guy. I think they really thought that Penix wasn't going to be ready around this time. Tua vet minimum type of deal. You can pick him up, have a nice little quarterback competition battle, and then make your decision at starter. Because it would have been much easier seeing a Trevor Siemian, or not Trevor Siemian, Trevor Siemian, or even seeing Cooper Rush, or even seeing some of those 4th, 5th, 6th tier type quarterbacks coming here, Gardner
Okay.
Minshew. And we knew that Penix was going to be ready in time. We knew that he would be the starter just based off who the backup was going to be. But Tua coming in here with, him
Okay.
being a starter before, probably had a lot of fans saying, hey, this guy's going to be the starter. You've seen his numbers before in the past. A healthy
Okay.
Tua, a strong Tua with a good offensive coordinator can get the ball on the field. We got weapons to help him out too as well. Got a solid offensive line once you get that right tackle position right, because you know what Matthews does, you know what Lindstrom can do, and even Bergeron. So we have some players up there that can, at
Okay.
least keep Tua healthy or keep Tua clean
I'm
for the
just curious
meantime.
if
Yeah,
you're ready
But
to answer my question yet.
but
Hold on.
but
Jack.
week
quick
1,
question.
I
Doing a
need more
lot of
time.
politicking right now.
I need
Jack,
more
quick question
time
for you.
to
Quick
see
question for you.
who's
Hey,
going to
quick-
be the starter.
Quick question for you, Jack. I want to submit you into the all-time top 5 dancing performances, because that dance that you just did, oh my
Dancing
God.
with the
Oh my
Stars, huh,
gosh,
Tua?
Phenomenal, man.
he was better than
Phenomenal.
Raheem Morris at the
Phenomenal,
podium on a
man.
Monday.
That was
The
So
only thing I didn't do is look up at the
That was
scoreboard.
That was
crazy.
great
So-
tap dancing.
So
you
long
just
story
did.
Chew
short,
bubblegum.
Jack, is it time to announce your new promotion for your detailing business?
Are we doing a giveaway?
I say that, Jack.
I'll go ahead and let everybody know. Hey,
Are we doing a
everybody,
giveaway?
Jack is doing a buy one, get one free. We're going to do 2 of them.
Oh wow.
Just give us a call and we'll do 2 of them.
Oh wow.
Hey, look,
No, yeah, okay. I
I
missed on
just
that one.
need a couple more weeks to see the quarterback competition play out before we announce who the starter is going to be. But who do I think the starter is going to be right now? I still think it's going to be Tua.
Okay, that's fair.
Right.
You could have just said that, but okay.
Hey,
No.
I had to.
He needed to dance. He needed to spin it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He needed to spin it.
Got fans in the
that
chat.
was-
People want to hear the, they want to hear
That
the
was
whole
worse than
entire.
Raheem Morris after getting blown out to the Carolina Panthers last season on a Monday morning press conference.
Hey,
Wow.
you get interviewed, you got to answer the question. I guess what it is. It is
Well,
what
hey,
it is.
you should interview for Penix. You should do all of his interviews. You'd be great. There's one
You
thing
dance
about
around the question.
you.
Sir.
Hey,
But-
you can bob and weave, sir.
But
You
here's
can
the
bob
thing.
and weave.
But here's the thing, and we want to keep it fair for Michael Penix because fans do want to see him play.
Right.
Respectfully, if the Falcons are winning with Tua,
Right.
you guys know this. Falcon fans, this is Atlanta.
Right.
If the Falcons are winning with Tua, if he's 2-0, if he's 2-1, if he's 3-2, if he's 4-1, if he's 4-2, if he's 5-2, 5-3,
Okay.
we're not seeing Penix
Sure.
along the lines of what the record is going to be. Now,
So
if we're looking at a negative record, if we're looking at something along the lines of 1-3, 2-4, 2-5, 3-6, that's an opportunity to see Penix to see what he can do. But the season starts in about a month or so. We have to get our first team unit together. We got to get our quarterback together. We got to get the offense going. We got to get these plays rolling. Doesn't mean it has to happen against the Colts or the Dolphins. I still think they keep it kind of bland and vanilla. I wouldn't be surprised they go out there this week, depending on who the Colts starters are going to be playing and how many people the Colts are sending out there. If it's going to be second string and third stringers versus the Colts second string and third stringers, all right, cool. But the Broncos having their first stringers out there, the Colts having their first stringers out there, and we having our seconds and our thirds out there, I think we're going to keep it pretty simple so we can get off the field healthy again. I want to see a first week explosive offense. I want to see a defense that's over there just tearing Aaron Rodgers to shreds.
Okay.
And from right now, if I'm looking at my offense, I have 2 at the QB1.
Right. But
Just saying.
that wasn't even the question, but that's okay. We can move on. The question was, how does that make you feel that they haven't even named the starter? You being so confident he was going to be the starter for months. Stefanski still isn't even named the starter.
I think he wants
Football's
to
a month
probably
away.
see.
Known in the business as the
He probably
death
wants to
nail.
see a healthy Penix. He
Go ahead.
probably wants to see a healthy Penix to see what
Right.
he has. But we had to get at least all. Penix has to play that game against the Dolphins all 4 quarters.
Really?
Hey,
I
to
don't
show
see that
some of the
happening.
fans, to show some of the fans. I mean, you can't go out
That's
there.
crazy. 4 quarters.
If you
Yeah,
go
I
out
don't know
there,
about that
I'm
one.
just,
That is not
I'm just joking. But if he goes out there and he does a 3 for 5 performance, or he does a 5 for 9
Like
performance,
Tua did.
yeah,
Ooh, that had to sting.
yeah, that was a pretty bad performance right there.
Ouch.
That was a bad one. That was a
Yeah.
bad one.
Ouch.
But there's always Jack Scran, ladies and gentlemen. There's always a Jack Scran somewhere around.
Is
But
this
hey.
your king, Jack? I just want to know. Is this your king? Just want to know.
Hey, my king. Tell you that right now. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button, man. Had a great time talking to Falcons football today. Big Little Country, man, in here talking Falcons football with us.
Yes.
Country, what's going
Yes,
on this
sir.
Saturday, man? I know you got some stuff popping up this Saturday. You had a nice turnout too as well for the meet and greet that you put together at Diesel Tap House back
man, we
there in
missed
training
you, bro.
camp.
We
Yeah,
missed you.
man, I
Just
totally
made it out, but-
apologize, man. I had to
Oh, nah,
take care of some stuff with the family, and it was kind of
Oh, yeah, for sure.
it was a long day.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely,
Country, what
man.
you got going on this Saturday, bro? I know some
Yeah,
fans
so-
want to watch the game, so what you got?
Yeah, so we're gonna be at Dave's Sports Bar. So over there off of Virginia Avenue near the airport. Y'all make sure that y'all come through. We're also gonna do a drawing. Whoever wins it gonna get a chance to come to a regular season game with me for the free ski. So
Okay,
I'll make sure that y'all come through.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's what's up.
okay.
That's
It is a
what's
Dave's
That's
Sports
real
Bar over
cool.
there in Virginia Avenue, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Falcon fans, 1155 Virginia Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, Dave's Sports Bar. The Country, what time everything gonna be cranking up over there?
The game started at 1. I'm gonna be there like around 12. So yeah, y'all feel free to come through whenever.
Okay. Falcon fans, definitely pull up. You want to be over there rocking out with Big Little Country Sports, and of course the rest of the content creators that's going to show up there to have a good time and watch the Falcons hand the Colts an ass whooping. Country, the drawing is for you're doing a live raffle drawing to see who's going to be coming to a game with you this season. Are you doing anything for like your free roof inspection or anything like that? And so people can come out.
Oh, he couldn't resist the shot. Could not
I just
resist.
want to make sure. I just want to see where we're at because it is
Well,
100 degrees. It's pushing 100 degrees
Yeah.
these days. So
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm a subcontractor, so I get contracts out for, people who, do work for less. So it depends on what your schedule's looking like, Jack.
Oh, wow. Oh,
That's
what a
tough.
retort by Lowe with the comeback. Oh, I think Jack these are
That's
wild.
tough.
You didn't see that one coming. Okay.
Falcon fan, full of Dave's Sports Bar out there in Virginia Avenue. Carrie, it's always good to have you on the show, Carrie. Honestly, it is. You come here and you keep me in line, Carrie, I must say.
Yeah, I'm so glad that the car detailing business finally slowed down so you could come back to
Oh,
podcasting after a 4-month hiatus. You know, you were really missed.
It was that
Wow.
summertime. You know, everybody want their car washed in the summertime.
Oh, wow.
It's those love bugs.
My goodness.
Hey, that's tough. Not the love bugs. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Georgia Pride in the chat. DSGB Hall in the chat. Smooth Seas in the chat. Twisted Torch is in the chat.
Shout
Twisted
out to
Torch,
Twisted, man.
look,
Hey, Twisted
George.
Day, where have you been? I haven't seen him in forever.
shout
Good to
out
see you.
Twisted Torch, man. We love to see Twisted Torch out there putting out content for the Atlanta Falcons content creators, man. He says Penix will be starting by week 3 or week 4, Carrie.
I can't say he's wrong. Like I said, the latest is November. If he plays horribly, you're not putting your season on Tua, who you have on a 1-year, $1 million deal. I don't see that.
Twisted Torch also forgot to edit his comment. He said Penix will be starting by week 3 or week 4 of the 2027 season, Carrie. What you think about that one right there?
Sorry.
Thanks for
Where's the
getting-
cricket? Where's the cricket
I
soundboard?
was just
That's
about to
tough.
say that, Carrie. She's giving you the crickets. Yeah.
That's tough.
Okay.
That's tough. Twisted said it's not a competition since Penix isn't playing in 11 on 11. Yeah, that's true.
Which, to my point, that is for me why it looks even worse in my opinion, because to me, if you had a very good quarterback come in here that you signed that has been balling in training camp and balling in preseason to the point where you're like, there's absolutely no way like he's not going to be QB1. Like I get the whole like give the, other quarterback a chance, but if you had somebody in here just like completely lighting it up, they're undisputedly the number one. So for me, that I don't know I feel like they still are not sure, and that for me is not a good sign about how Tua has been doing so far.
I want to see a fair competition if that's what it is. So can't have a guy playing 7-on-7s. He won't take no contact. He's not out there playing preseason going up against a guy, even if he won 3 for 5 against the Broncos. So I know the Falcons are making the best decision behind the scenes, and of course we'll find out soon who's going to be the QB1. Maybe they announce it after the Colts game. Maybe they announce it after the Dolphins game. Hell, maybe they announce it the morning of the Falcons-Steelers game. I don't know. But I do hope that everybody's going to be prepared out there to go out there and get a Steelers win. 82 Monte Carlo. He said, ain't no crickets in here. You said you already know Jack getting his licks back. Twisted Torch said, I'll be live today, guys. Make sure I go check out Twisted Torch TV.
Yes, sir.
Definitely want to go holler at Twisted Torch, man. So big shout out to everybody here in the chat. If you're looking for some more content creators today talking Falcons football, Twisted Torch will be live. Make sure you follow him on YouTube and on Twitter too as well. He said Twisted Torch says Tua still sees ghosts, in my honest opinion. Possibly. I mean, he's had a really tough run when it comes to some of the injuries he's had too as well. I think he mentioned to the morning crew from the radio station when he first got signed, he has to learn how to just slide more and stop taking those type of hits. It's funny because you saw Jackson Dart the other day, country, talking to the media. He says, every time I get hit, I find myself in the tent. And it's like, should you have said that? Even though we know that now? That's kind of that scares me as a Giants fan if I was one. Like, I don't want my quarterback saying that. Right. And you look at it, and sure enough, he took a hit, took a blindside shot too as well. Ended up in the tent. That could be a guy where for John Harbaugh, I don't know if he's the future franchise guy there because of the fact that his severe injury report, dealing with concussions, dealing with these type of things at such a young age. Tua being a vet in this league now for how many years he's been there has dealt with some really tough injuries. And of course, Michael Penix Jr. now dealing with some injuries of his own. You just want to see healthy, solid quarterback play from either one of these guys once their number is called. hopefully doesn't turn into that San Francisco moment when Brock Purdy got into the game because the quarterbacks were, down and injured during the season. But you saw what happened to Brock Purdy from that moment there. So could it be a Jack Strand moment coming up this season? We don't know. But I do want to see all these players remain healthy for as long as they can. Joint practice with the Colts again is this week. The starters will be practicing against the Colts starters. Looking like a lot of them probably will not be playing against the Colts this Saturday. So there's going to be a lot of Cooper Rush, a lot of Jack Strand, a lot of the backups. We get to see some camp competition battles play out on the field. Before we get up out of here, Kerry, T-Will, Country, what are some of the battles that we're looking for this week? The Colts. We have some wide receiver depth that we're looking for with some of these players. Chris Blair looking for a spot. Like you said, Vinny Anthony looking for a spot. The new guy, Bo Collins, looking for a spot. You got the cornerback battles. Who's going to be playing the nickel? Who's playing outside? Of course, you have some cornerback depth from the 4, 5, and 6 role linebackers. Country, what are you looking for quickly on some of the competition battles? What's to watch for this weekend?
Man, I'm really gonna be paying attention to that linebacker battle. In all honesty, whenever Kendall Daniels came in there, the defense looked a whole lot better. I really want to see if it's a situation where there's something there. And I mean, Harold Perkins, I feel like we're gonna have to kind of rely on him a little bit more than anticipated. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna really be paying attention to.
Focus on the linebackers group this week, Falcon fans. You hear some of the names that Big Little Country Sports is going to be watching. Kerry, who are you watching this weekend? Camp competition battles to look for. Anything on the defensive line, wide receiver room? Could it be the running back spot between Brian Robinson, Nate Carter, Tyler Goodson, and Trey Sermon? Kerry there? I think Kerry might have dropped. Country there, right?
Yeah, I'm here. I will tell y'all though, after seeing that clip from Instagram, Brian Robertson's my wide receiver too.
Oh, when he told the Saints fan, take off your Saints outfit.
Yes,
Saints
sir. Yes, sir. That's my running back too, right there.
Hey, big shout out to Brian Robinson. Carrie is gone right now. I'm checking the email right now. She does have somebody just brought in 2 refrigerators in the oven. Carrie has that stainless steel cleaning company, and she's doing a great job with it. So, Carrie, I'm sure you can get back with us. T-Will, you there?
I am here.
T-Will, camp competition battle for the game this weekend. Who you looking at? What position group? What player? You heard Coach, you mentioned the linebackers. I'm looking at the wide receiver group. What you got?
I'm looking at Zachariah Branch. I want to see him get more involved. I definitely want to see Vinny go out and make some catches. Can you guys hear me? You guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you muted, T-Will.
Am I muted?
Yeah, what happened was Kim was probably fussing at him. He muted his mic. That's what that was.
Wow. Can you guys hear me now?
Bruh.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. So I'm looking forward to Zachariah Branch getting involved. I just love the kid, love to see what he can do. And I want to see what Vinny Anthony can do. Look, I think Vinny Anthony at one point had the second most catches in camp. So clearly he can get open. He can find spots. Let's see what he can do. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward at the linebacker situation. And I want to see if we can find a cornerback other than Mike Hughes that can kind of step up in Avion's absence. So that's what I'm looking for.
AJ Terrell, possibly. I'm looking at this. AJ Terrell, Mike Hughes, Billy Bowman, not knowing when Billy Bowman is coming back because he was walking around the sideline in shorts and a t-shirt. Clark Phillips played a lot the other day too as well. Darnay Holmes played a lot the other day, who looks kind of like Ray Ray. I don't know if y'all seen Darnay up close. He looks like Ray Ray. Some of the fans that was sitting me, some of the fans that was right next to me on the sideline was like, that number 30 guy looks kind of like Ray Ray. So Darnay Holmes out there, Natron Brooks out there too as well. Mike Ford, who was playing late into the second half too as well. CJ Henderson, Kobe Bryant, Darren Hall, who came back to the Falcons too as well. Malcolm DeWalt. That cornerback room is stacked. Who is going to make the 53? Who is going to be on the practice squad? I don't know if y'all saw old JD Bertram was the one who caused that fumble too as well. So that's something to watch for. Coming up with that linebacker group. Kerry, I didn't know if you were busy or not. So, we just continued on with the podcast. I don't know if you heard what I said too as well, but if I gave you a shout out, Kerry. So let's see, is Kerry back in? Wait, hold on, there we go. Country right there. Let me get Kerry right there. Kerry there?
Yeah. Are you gonna start
Okay,
cutting my mic?
Sheesh.
Oh,
That wasn't it.
wow.
I know I gave you a nice shout out when you couldn't hear us. So
Shots.
Smooth C made sure to let me know.
you wasn't here for the shout out, but I gave you a nice shout out when you stepped away for just a minute. So and I gave you a promo for your company too as well. So big shout out to Miss Kerry here. Back talking Falcons football as we get ready to wrap this up. Kerry, who you looking for this weekend? Competition battle playing out against the Colts. What position group? What players?
I'm specifically looking at the DBs. I'm looking at players like the standout for me last game, Malcolm DeWalt. I'm looking at him because I thought he looked really good. I'm also looking at players like Clark Phillips III because
Had a lot of snaps. Yep.
yeah, a lot of snaps, and I don't know, man. Like, do you have a place on this team? So I'm looking at him. I'm also looking at DeMarco Hellams. Like, he even had a little scare where we thought he got hurt during the game, and he gets hurt often. So it's like, can you be available? Are you gonna have a place on this team? He was also a late, I believe, 7th round draft pick. So I'm gonna be looking at the DB specifically in this practice and next preseason game.
Hey, Jack.
What's up,
Hey,
brother?
Jack, you must got a sponsorship with the DeWalt Power Tools or something. They must be sending you free power tools for your construction business. That's why you keep mentioning DeWalt on here.
I can tell you right now, man. Even some of the plays he made, I was sitting there looking at.
Jack, I
What's
don't
up?
mean to cut you off, but it's that time, sir.
It's that time.
It's that time in the show where we have a super chat.
Hey, we got us a super chat, but I want to make sure that is it going to us or country? Did you ask for gas money? Because Uncle Steve is here.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! What up,
Just-
Mom? What's
just
going
checking.
on, Uncle Steve?
Hi, Uncle Steve.
Got
What
us
up?
a super chat from our good friend Uncle Steve. Said
Uncle
one
Steve.
time for the
Bill.
fan, Jack Kerry and T. Will. Please let the boring Kobe Bryant supporter know that Jack Strand has the UDFA quota held down for 2026. Hashtag free MPJ.
Love it.
That's hilarious.
Love it. That's
Check
a
out Uncle
super
Steve's Lounge.
chat.
Please check his show
man.
out from last night. He went live, did an awesome show last night. I didn't get to catch it live, but I catch the replay. So caught the replay last night. Check it out.
Falcon fans, you had Winston Thornton in here earlier today. Of course, you had Birdcage in here earlier today. You had Twisted Torch in here too as well. A lot of content creators, a lot of people stopped by showing their love and support over here on One Time for the Fan. Make sure y'all do the same on their channels. Hit that like, share, subscribe button for these brothers. Of course, Uncle Steve's Lounge, as Kerry just mentioned, just went live. What happened, country?
Oh, I know. I was just saying, of course, Uncle Steve. Y'all know, like, look, that's my singing rival, but that's my homeboy, man. That's my road dog right there.
Yep. That's y'all too, man. Y'all do a great job with the content creator community, and of course, y'all like brothers too as well, man. So big shout out to Uncle Steve for pulling up today to the podcast. Fans, if you haven't heard of Uncle Steve, please go over there and show your support to his channel by hitting that like, that share, and that subscribe button. Of course,
outstanding content.
Phenomenal. Also, you have Big Little Country Sports. Make sure you go check out his channel. Everything he got going on over there. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button too as well. Free roofing inspections going on for any house from 75 North going up toward Chattanooga. So if you live up that way,
Roof and Business.
and don't forget you have the stainless steel remover company with Miss Carrie and the oven cleaning company too as well, the oven restoration.
Okay.
So if you guys have any, any old appliances you want to get refurbished, go ahead and holler at Miss Carrie. But we're about to go ahead and wrap this thing on up. T Will had to step away. Big shout out to T Will, former ATO Sports, one time for the fan. Of course, his shout out would be to, not only his amazing family, but of course everybody who watches the channel too as well. So let's wrap this thing on up. Big shout out to Uncle Steve's Lounge once again for the super chat. Of course, we got John Person in the chat asking what's going on. Are we going to Pittsburgh this year? Plan on it, Coach. You already booked for Pittsburgh?
Man, nah, bro. I'm not doing Pittsburgh this year. I'm doing something a little bit different this year. So I'll let y'all know a little bit later there.
Okay. Yeah.
The reason why John was asking because he said he needs his grass cut.
Shit.
So he
Gary
was hoping
leaving
you
up out
weren't
of here
going
when
to
I get that
Pittsburgh
last
either.
one in. Oh my gosh. Falcon fans.
I mean, it wasn't me. He literally said, "Jack, I need."
That's
my
what the
grass
man
cut."
said.
He
That's what the
literally
man
put it up
said.
there. He said it, not me.
Oh snap. Carrie, my refrigerator apparently isn't getting past
Your
a certain
refrigerator's
temperature.
running.
Could you help me out when you get a chance later on today? If you got your toolkit, come on by and we get this sorted out.
But hold on, wait a minute. I do want to let y'all know. So I talked to Ryan Delgado, the social media director for the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know he asked me who is Jack Spade and why is everybody asking him to do his roof?
He's like, actually, I need my roof done too.
Hey man.
He said, "Hey man, who is Jack Spade?" Everybody asking me. He was like, "Why is everybody on the Atlanta Falcons chat whenever we go live? Why is everybody saying Jack Spade come through my roof?" I was like, "Wow,
That's hilarious." I think. Well, was that the Kevin Stefanski presser, the intro one? I remember there was one. I mean, everybody always puts stuff, but I remember there was one live where everybody was just taking their turns. Like,
I remember
we were
that.
going in.
Yeah,
It was a little roast fest we had going on.
That was a roast fest.
Yeah, we had a good time. And there was it happened the other time too as well. Like a couple of days ago, I was back in there during one of the live training camp practices. I think Craig or some other people was in there like, yeah, Spade, yeah, chicken. You go ahead and get your free roof
this one was
inspection.
the worst, Jack. Like the whole
that was a tough day.
Scrolling on the Falcons live, and it's like 2 Countries Point. That's literally everybody was right.
Yeah, I had A1 in there roasting too as well. A1 don't really get involved as much, but he was in there even joking around too.
He was for it that day.
People that didn't even know who Jack Spade was like, F it, let me just write something. Jack Spade.
Hey, it's a good time when you're over here having these jokes with your friends and your family, man. So big shout out to everybody. I want to keep this show going, but I got some stuff to do. I know Country and Carrie got some stuff to do too as well. But we won't get to our shout outs before we wrap this up. John Person said, Jack, I need my grass cut. That's tough. That's I came here to talk football or which I want to do now. Come on now, Falcon. Not explain. DSGB Hall said, when is Meg stopping by? Sheesh. That's tough. Got the Ladybirds at AFN in the building. Pamela Johnson's in here talking Falcons football with us. Big shout out to the Ladybirds. Y'all have a lot going on over there. Make sure y'all go and represent and support the Ladybirds of AFN over there on their channel too as well. Big shout out to Maggie. Smooth C said a construction business, car wash business, shoe shine, and yard work. How many jobs does Jack have? Okay, Smooth C. We're going to go ahead and get that
shoe shining.
I got some shoes that need to be shined too.
I'm telling you, you don't be posted up at the airport, do you?
Sheesh. It's supposed to up at the airport. That's tough, bro. Hey, man, Falcon fan, hit that like share. So nobody's requesting Carrie for her stainless steel appliance?
No, absolutely not,
or...
because they know you're a scammer and that business does not exist.
That's tough.
They're giving all their business to you.
Falcon fans, we in this thing, man. Let's get to some shout outs so we get up out of here. I can't wait to get back on this podcast. Tomorrow night, we're back again talking Falcons football. Lisa Shepard's in the building. Got a chance to chat with Lisa for a minute over there at the Falcons game the other night. That was one of the good things about being down there back at the Benz. You get to see your Falcons friends and family outside of what was happening on the field because, from the Boo Birds mid-second quarter to the fans starting to get up out of there third quarter, I mean, we really had, we didn't really have much to look at otherwise than, just happy to be back in the bins. But guess what, man? We still have some more games left to play, and Falcons going to turn this thing around. Don't worry about it. Country, you want to get to your shout-outs, man? Where can we find you on social media, your next show coming up, or anybody you want to go ahead and give a big shout-out to? The floor is yours, sir. Country there? Big Low? I think Big Low might have stepped away. Carrie, you there?
I'm here.
You want to go ahead and give your shout-outs or promote your company? Because this is the opportunity. I know you have some new clients recently. Did you buy that truck?
Yes, guys. I'm the producer for Jack Spade's business. I do all the calls and the scheduling for his construction business, car wash business, shoe shine business, and yard work business. Thank you for thank you for that reminder, Smooth C. So, hit me up, guys, if you like to schedule something with our very busy Jack Spade here. But catch me here one time for the fan. You can also catch me on T-Will's channel, Carrie, Terry, and Eric show. Or I got that wrong. Terry, Carrie, and Eric show. Sorry, got to put T-Will first. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this season. And regardless, as I always say, the Falcons are like, I'm going to be there, bad, good, or ugly. So no matter what, I'm going to be supporting the Falcons. And that's my man. I'm going to stick beside him. So I'm ready for the new season. Let's do it.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Big shout out to everybody in the chat talking.
Oh no, T-Will heard that. No, because I really did accidentally say Carrie first, and it's not like alpha order. It really is Terry first. So
T-Will's in the chat. T-Will listen to everything right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, T-Will. That really was an honest mistake. I wasn't trying to make a joke, although it probably did sound like that. Sorry.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button for T-Will from ATO Sports, one time for the fan. Big Low Country Sports, who stopped by to talk Falcons football with us for about an hour or so. Has a great channel over there, so make sure you guys go hit that like, share, and subscribe button to his channel. Of course, his free roofing inspections anywhere above 75 North going to Chattanooga. Get a free roofing inspection when you subscribe to Big Low Country's channel. And of course, Miss Carrie, find her here on One Time for the Fan, as well as for my ATL Sports. And like Carrie always says, you can use baking soda gently along the stainless steel to get the scratches off, or you can call Miss Carrie and she can come do that for you on your on one of your fridges or appliances there in the house. Even microwaves Carrie can service too as well. So Carrie, I just plugged your company. Hopefully you get some clients, some good business there, so we can get you on the road this season. So Falcon fans, you got to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. 82 Monte Carlo said, make sure y'all be down there in New Orleans, October the 5th. He said, everybody make plans for that Nolans game. Hey, it's going down. I can't wait to be down there with the Falcons fans, parading around in the streets, having a good time, enjoying my Falcons, whooping up on those Saints. With that being said, we are out of here, y'all. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast. You know where to find us. Google, YouTube, man, everywhere, man. One Time for the Fan. We are out here in these streets. We have a lot going on this season, so I'm glad that everybody could be a part of this. And with that being said, we are up out of here. Big